Thank you for attending the Bethany House live event.
You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be with us tonight. We really appreciate it.
My name is Devonna Smith.
I'm Alan Smith.
And I sit as the chair for the Board of Trustees for Bethany House. I decided to serve on the board to give back to Bethany. I used to live there as a child. Bethany House literally saved my family's life. My mother was in a domestic violent relationship, and if it wasn't for Bethany and Sister Rose Therese, I'm not sure where our family would be at right now. So when I hear the words Bethany House, I literally think of saving lives.
You, our nation, our world are going through some very uncertain times right now, and we really appreciate you guys being here with us tonight.
So as we think about our families, our friends, let's also think about the victims of domestic violence. Right now, during this pandemic, they are in the house more often than they would be with abusers. This is a dangerous time for them. So your support will actually help us help victims and also help with our mission.
Together, we've given domestic violence survivors time and space to heal.
So I want to say thank you again for attending this live event. And I want to say thank you to Bethany House. And I have a couple family members that would like to say thank you as well.
Thank you, Bethany House, for helping my mom.
Hey, peace. How y'all doing? I'm out here working out. Thanks to organizations like the Bethany House, I'm able to actually come out here and have a good time and enjoy my freedom and enjoy this weather. You guys are helping families out day by day, and that's giving children the opportunity to grow and to be well. And so I want to appreciate y'all. I want to thank y'all and let y'all know that I'm grateful for the work that y'all putting in, and keep it up. We need it, and it's very valuable. So thank you for all the work you putting in to the Bethany House. Big sister Devonna, peace. I love y'all. Have a good one.
Hi, everybody. My name is Deidre Lashley. I'm the Executive Director of Bethany House, and I just want to echo Devonna and Alan's welcome and thanks to you for joining us tonight at our Safe at Home virtual Celebrity Wait Night. We are so grateful for your response to this event and for the reaching out that we have felt here at Bethany House from the community has been extraordinary. We really feel like survivors of domestic violence have not been forgotten during this time, which is so important. With the crises that we're all facing, that people are still thinking about us and thinking about the families that we're serving has really meant a lot. And I especially want to thank our board members who you'll be seeing in the next few minutes, share their stories with you. But their leadership during this time has been really extraordinary and so helpful for us to get through these challenges together. So thanks to all of them. Thank you for joining us. You'll be seeing me throughout the evening, so I will see you later.
Hi, Facebook friends. This is MJ Stewart. I am finishing up my second term on the board of Bethany House, and I am also the general chairman of the Celebrity Wait Night. So I'd like to thank you, first of all, for tuning in to our little virtual live event. Circumstances have forced us to pivot a little bit on our fundraising techniques, but I wanted to share with you why I have become involved with Bethany House. Several years ago, my Mary Kay team and I started visiting the moms once a month just to give them a little pampering and make them feel good. And because one of my clients was a former board member and told me about Bethany House, I had no clue they even existed. So we would go once a month and do a little pampering and quick little makeovers, and it was no big deal. It was strictly a paycheck of the heart. But I got to know some of the women, and we always just had fun. It was just good girl time. And there was always one gal there who was so sweet and so nice, but she never wanted to try lipsticks. And after a couple of visits, she shared with me, because she's always been very tight-lipped when she spoke. She was very embarrassed because half her teeth were missing from her abuser. So I said, well, when you get your new teeth, we'll get together and play lipsticks. And didn't think anything else of it, go on with my life, yada, yada, yada. And a couple of months later, she came in with the biggest smile on her face. because she had gotten a new set of teeth. And that is when it really hit me. You know, domestic violence is this dirty little secret that people don't talk about, and chances are someone in your circle has had an experience with it, or you might even know somebody that's going through something like this. And for 35 years, Bethany House has been on the forefront of providing, a safe haven for women and their families. You know, teenage boys are allowed to come in. The family is never broken up, which is, I think, a very important item to consider. Also, this is a long-term interim shelter. The average stay is 14 months. This gives her a time to kind of get her life together, get her family together, resolve any issues with her abuser, whether it's court cases or just getting her life back on track. And with love and support, it's just a great, great community. And I can't share with you enough how great of an organization this is. And honestly, if I had not been going there for these dumb little facials, I would have never even known they existed. But I have gotten to know some of the women there. I mean, granted, you know, the faces come and go, but the common denominator is they are just so happy to be there. They're so grateful. They're so thankful. And, you know, we always have fun at our celebrity wait night. It's just a good time to just, you know, have a nice dinner with your friends, and there's not a lot of speeches, and the tips go to Bethany House. And I'll be honest, we've done very well the last couple of years. We've experienced growth every year, and now we have this to deal with, and we're all struggling to get through it. I know some of you are working, some of you aren't. Some of you have a new respect for teachers, with your kids being at home all the time. But I would just urge you to just take a minute and hit that little donate button. If not here, go to the website and donate on the website. I'm sure Deidre's going to be giving you all kinds of information. But this is our biggest fundraiser. And even though Mother Nature and life and the Lord above has thrown us this big curve, you know, the wheels are still turning at Bethany House. And the lights still need to be going on, and you know, there still needs to be something on the shelf for the woman who just comes in with the clothes on her back and a baby, and that happens more than you would think. So again, thanks for tuning in to our little Facebook event. I hope you're enjoying it. I hope we're not, you know, looking too much like idiots on this, but just hear my heart on this. Any donation, large or small. I mean, if you've been a faithful donor in the past, thank you so much. If you just kind of floated onto Facebook and said, oh, what's this? I hope I've given you a little bit more information. And please share this event. Let your friends know about this, that, you know, sometimes we wonder, what can we do in our community to make a difference? Well, here's your chance. Here's your chance. Click that button. Thanks, and have a great night.
Hello. My name is Sister Teresa Darga, and I am a member of the leadership team of the Sisters of St. Francis of Sylvania, Ohio. I am also very pleased to be a member of the Bethany Board. The Sisters of St. Francis are pleased to sponsor Bethany House as one of our ministries. 35 years ago, one of our sisters, Sister Rose Therese Lang, had a dream of helping women and children who experienced abuse. This was certainly a very different ministry because we were vested in education and hospital work. This was a different kind of healing. Over the years, Bethany has brought physical, emotional, psychological, and spiritual healing to women of all faiths and nationalities. We have seen their children thrive and learn to trust, to feel safe and secure. Above all, the staff at Bethany enables all residents to know that each individual is valued for who they are, to know that they are loved. We ask you tonight to share in this ministry of healing with us. Your donation tonight will enable present and future residents of Bethany House to journey on the road to wholeness, to begin a life free from fear, to live knowing that they are valued for who they are. We thank you for your generosity now and in the future.
Hello everybody, I'm Brad Rieger, and I've been a member of the Bethany House Board for the past 5 years. And during those 5 years, I've grown to be very appreciative and have a deep level of respect for the services and the facility that the Bethany House provides survivors of domestic violence. Deidre Lashley is an exceptional leader and executive director, and all of her staffs are highly qualified, a great deal of expertise in this area, and provide a very safe and healing environment for women and children who have escaped some really bad situations. And unfortunately, one of the offshoots of the COVID pandemic is that women in really bad situations are sheltering in place with their abuser. And so the issue of domestic violence has been escalating over the last couple of weeks. So the need for services and advocacy, the types of things that Bethany House does, is just growing and more important. So I'm asking two things. First, that you become and you continue to be strong advocates for respectful and dignified treatment for women and children, and striving and advocating for ending domestic violence. Now, that's number one. And number two, if you're financially able, consider contributing money to Bethany House. I can assure you that your donation will go and be put to very good use. Thank you.
Hi there, my name is Minnie Singh, and I'm a board member at Bethany House. I've been involved with the organization a little over a year now, and I wanted to take a few minutes to tell you what I've learned in that time frame. So what I've learned is that Bethany House is much more than a shelter for victims of domestic abuse and their children. It has relationships with so many organizations in town, and it provides everything for these families, from counseling and therapy to education, job assistance, job training, right up to providing transportation for them to be able to get to their jobs and start a new life for themselves and their families. And years after these families leave Bethany House, they still follow up with them to make sure they're okay, that they're safe. So it's much more than just a shelter, a home. It's a lifelong commitment that they have to ensuring that these families continue to prosper away from their abusers. And especially in this time that we're in right now with the lockdown, people that are having to shelter in place with their abusers need to know that there is a safe harbor for them and their children. And so Bethany House provides that. So if you are able to donate something monetarily, or if you're able to donate via your time to sit with the children to educate them, if you're able to donate supplies, there's always a list of things that Bethany House needs. Any and all of those things are much appreciated. So thank you for listening, and take care.
Hi, I'm Brandy Denier, and I'm on the Board of Trustees of the Bethany House. And I'd like to tell you about why I support Bethany House. The work that Bethany House does is so important in our community. I witnessed this firsthand when I was in law school, and I took a class on the legal implications of domestic violence. I volunteered with the city prosecutor's office 2 days a week for most of a summer. And as part of that experience, I was able to attend arraignment hearings. I was shocked at the number of hearings, the number of arrests that were for domestic violence. I was also able to interview the witnesses and the victims, and I was able to advise the victims and the witnesses on their legal rights. And I heard many, many stories. Those stories stay with me today. They were told by very brave women, many of whom had families that they wanted to protect. Some were told by their sisters, their friends, who were witnessing horrific things. And these women just needed so much support, comfort, guidance. Sometimes they needed shelter. And these are all things that Bethany House provides. I'm so proud to support Bethany House, and I ask you to contribute to Bethany House's annual campaign and fundraiser. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Sister Anne Lorette. Thank you for giving me this time to talk to you about Bethany House. Our Sylvania Franciscan sisters have been involved in sponsoring and supporting Bethany House for over 30 years, and I've been on the board for 2 years. I taught kindergarten and first grade for 47 years, so I know the importance and value of a child having a safe, loving family environment so that they can learn how to develop healthy, young relationships with their friends and adult relationships. I began volunteering by caring for the children of Bethany House while their mothers went to support groups, and I grew to love these children. I love these people, their shy smiles, their hugs, and their welcoming arms told me how much they needed me and how much they wanted to feel safe. They should not be children, victims of abuse, feeling shame, isolation, and neglect. They and their mothers should feel safe and supported emotionally, spiritually, financially. So please be generous by giving a gift from your heart today. We can make this happen together if we work together. We can all work together, yes we can, yes we can. We can all work together, yes we can. We can make their lives feel safer, bring smiles and healing laughter. If we all work together, yes we can. Together, we are giving victims, survivors of domestic violence, the time and the space to heal. Thank you.
Hi everybody, this is Jay Jindal, and I'm speaking to you on the behalf of Bethany House. As you know, next week is their annual event. This year a little bit different. We're going to do it from home to be safe. So everybody, I hope you are staying safe. I'm just going to encourage you to get involved, and if you can, contribute. We've been involved in Bethany House for now 2-3 years as volunteers and as donors. Tina and I have lived in Toledo for 25 years, and I can tell you we're involved in a number of different organizations. But Bethany House, we have found, works very efficiently. They really follow the model that they preach, which is helping those that need help. It's very grassroots. We've met all the people that work there, and they get the job done. It's a very difficult issue that they're dealing with. There's a lot of moving parts, but they really have their heart in the right place. And I can tell you financially, what you do and what you give is used very well. So please get involved, do whatever you can do, especially now during this whole crisis situation. They're in more need of funding and of supplies. So take your part and get involved. And for any questions, please contact Bethany House or my wife and I. Again, stay safe and hope to see you soon. Thank you.
Hi everybody, Anita Simon here. I hope you are all safe and healthy. This would have been my 3rd year as a celebrity waiter for the Bethany House's Celebrity Wait Night down at the docks, but unfortunately due to the pandemic, this had to be canceled. This fundraiser is very important to Bethany House as it helps them keep running all year long. Bethany House is the only long-term domestic violence shelter in the Toledo area that supports these victims and their children. My daughter Michaela is the one who inspired me to support Bethany House. She worked at Bethany House and also did work on the Silent Witness Project. Did you know that more than 1 in 3 women and more than 1 in 4 men are victims of severe physical violence from an intimate partner? There is also a link between domestic violence and child abuse. Approximately 60% of the perpetrators also abuse the children in their home. This is why I support Bethany House, and I hope you will too. Thank you.
Hi everyone. It's now my pleasure to introduce you to some of the staff of Bethany House. And I can tell you, without any bias whatsoever, that we have the best team here. These folks are the most committed and most passionate advocates for survivors anywhere. And they're each going to share with you a little bit about what brings them to the mission of Bethany House, what they think is most important about what we do. And then we're each going to share a little bit about our mission and why we're so grateful that you have chosen to partner with us, especially during this time. So to lead off, my name is Deidre Lashley. I've been the executive director at Bethany House for just over 6 years now. And what I'm most grateful for is being able to see the long-term impact of our mission to provide safety and a space for healing for victims. For 20 years of my career, I've done crisis work, crisis hotline, crisis shelter, crisis advocacy. And Bethany House is different. We're not the crisis hotline or the crisis shelter, but we're playing an important role in the community by providing victims with a long-term space, a long-term place to come and heal. And it's really quite rewarding professionally to see a family move in on day one and have a year to 2 years to really put the pieces, or begin to put the pieces back together. And then we follow them as they move out into the community, into their own permanent housing, and we're able to walk with them through a lot that they have to adjust to, have to learn, have to walk through, have to jump through a lot of hoops. And it's really quite an honor for us to be able to do that alongside them as they are reaching their goals. So that's what brings me to Bethany House, and what keeps me here every day is seeing those small successes and those small steps turn into life-changing opportunity for the people that we serve.
Hello, my name's Tanya, and I'm the program director at Bethany House. And what I appreciate most about working at Bethany is definitely the people. I get to work every day with some of the most courageous, inspirational survivors, and I get to do that work alongside some of the most incredible, compassionate, caring coworkers, and I am really grateful for that.
Hi, my name is Tasha. I am the adult program coordinator at the Bethany House. And the thing that I like most about Bethany House is the safety that we provide, not just physically, but I genuinely believe that every single staff person makes each resident feel safe to be themselves, to talk about their experiences, and to really talk about the hard stuff that they may not want to share with anybody else. So I'm very proud of us for that.
Hi, my name is Tom Williams. I'm the house manager at Bethany House. In my years here, I have seen many individuals and families go from very desperate situations to one that is much happier and healthier. I'm proud to have been a part of that.
Hi everyone, my name is Anna Turner, and I'm the Community Engagement Coordinator for Bethany House. I'm so proud to be part of the Bethany House team. The thing that I love most about Bethany House is that everyone who works there respects survivors. It is in the hearts of everyone who works there. And it's also in the organization. It's built right into the thread work of all of the services that are offered at Bethany House. I think there's a misconception about survivors that people see survivors in a certain light. Only a certain kind of person might experience abuse, but that's simply not true. It can happen to anyone. And survivors can and do heal. The people in shelter now are healing. And the thing that really drives this home for me at work is when donors call and they share their story. It's always an honor to hear stories from survivors. But when I hear from donors, it's a reminder that people do heal, and that once they heal, they also become contributors to their community and give in ways that are moving. So I just appreciate your openness. I appreciate that you're here tonight. And if you can, I appreciate that you're donating. I appreciate everyone who's reached out to say, hey, what do you need during this time? We're just so grateful for our community, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in person.
Hi, my name is Stephanie Potter Flint, Youth Program Coordinator of the Bethany House. When I think of Bethany House, I think of love and kindness. My role at Bethany House entails working with the children and working predominantly with the family unit to help bring a healthy relationship back into that family unit. Most of our children have experienced some form of trauma due to domestic violence, and I offer coping skills. I offer after-school tutoring, and I also do activities that will help bring some normalcy back into their household. When you think of children and you think of the parents who have experienced trauma for years and they never have recovered, and you just try to give them that hope and that love and that kindness to bring healing to the family unit. I also do an array of activities within the community that also the different activities that people bring into Bethany House give our families hope, that they show them love and kindness. So saying all of that, my role to me is very valuable, because at the end of the day, I have to continually just separate myself and just give all that I can give to bring wholeness back into their lives. So thanks again for all you do in Lucas County for supporting Bethany House.
Hey, welcome back to me. So didn't I tell you they were great? We've got a really good team here. We're very blessed with passionate people. We wanted to share some information about domestic violence with you now, and share a little bit about what we're seeing in the community. So to start, we know that 1 in 4 women in their lifetime will experience severe domestic violence, and so will 1 in 7 men. And so it's really important for you all to know that we will serve any survivor that needs us. We do not discriminate based on sex, gender expression, sexual orientation. We want to meet the need of any survivor that needs our services. And financial abuse is a huge piece that happens. In 98% of domestic violence cases, financial abuse plays a role, which makes it nearly impossible for a victim to get free and to be self-sustainable once they leave. Domestic violence often also starts out as emotional abuse and manipulation, which can sometimes be written off as just someone who's being jealous or insecure. But that emotional abuse is very damaging and can quickly escalate into bruises and broken bones and be very scary and dangerous. And once physical violence happens, it's not usually a one-time thing. In fact, domestic violence victims are physically abused 35 times before they ever make a police report. And so we know that if that police report is being made, it's not the first time that it's happened.
One of the questions we hear most often is why, if these relationships are so bad, don't people just leave? But survivors have a lot of good reasons for staying in their relationship. Here's just one. 75% of the women who are murdered by intimate partners are murdered when they attempt to end the relationship. Leaving can be lethal, and survivors know this. Survivors know their abuser better than anyone, and they know what they're capable of. This is just one of the reasons why Bethany House facilitates and shelters the Northwest Ohio Silent Witness Project. In the last 10 years, nearly 60 women and girls have been murdered by intimate partners, ex-partners, or stalkers. This is a serious issue, and it should demonstrate why the services at Bethany House are so important.
Domestic violence is the third leading cause of homelessness for families, and unfortunately, there is a huge unmet need for survivors to obtain safe housing and many other resources. Bethany House is only one of a few long-term transitional shelters in Ohio, and please know that long-term shelters do matter because it takes time to heal physically, mentally, emotionally, financially, spiritually from being in an abusive relationship. Since 1984, Bethany House has worked very, very hard to reduce shame, isolation, and really empower survivors to take control of their own lives. Services here are survivor-based, which means that we advocate for the survivors as they heal in the ways that they choose because they are the ones that know what's best for them. Advocates at Bethany House assist survivors as they develop things like a practical safety plan, coping with their emotions, taking legal action if they would like to, and also pursuing their education.
Okay. Hi, my name is Stephanie Potter Flint, an employee of the Bethany House. Bethany House offer an array of services to the families of Bethany House. We offer transportation assistance, crisis intervention. We make sure families have household supplies on a weekly basis, and we also offer educational services. Bethany House is a godsend to so many families in the Lucas County area. A lot of families always state, I don't know where I would be without the love and the support of the workers of Bethany House. So again, thank you, Lucas County, for all you do for Bethany House.
When survivors are ready to move out of shelter, there can be many barriers to secure housing, like past evictions or poor credit due to financial abuse. Affordable, accessible housing can help survivors stay out of abusive relationships. That's why Bethany House's Step Up program was created. Bethany House has 10 rental units to offer eligible shelter graduates. Extended advocacy services allow survivors to maintain their basic needs while they continue to work toward better employment, permanent housing, and therapy services. The mission of Bethany House is to recognize and respond to the ever-changing needs of domestic violence victims and their children, and will continue to advocate as long as they need us.
Bethany House guests are in shelter for an average of 11 months. It costs more than $540,000 per year to care for the families we serve, not including administration and development expenses. That sounds like a lot of money, but every dollar invested in Bethany House services saves our community more than $65 in social costs for things like police enforcement and mental health services. Bethany House services and resources help survivors learn to believe in themselves, accomplish important goals, and set a course for a successful future.
Hey there. So I keep moving around so that you don't get bored with the background. But I hope that you've realized and you've come to understand that long-term domestic violence shelters are needed now more than ever. Without safe alternatives like Bethany House, victims of domestic violence are forced to stay longer in emergency shelters, or many wind up homeless somewhere else or going back to their abusers. With your help, Bethany House can do more to raise awareness in our community, to provide these essential resources for escape and recovery, and ultimately to bring about lasting change for domestic violence victims and their children. And I hope that you've seen that in some of the stories that you've heard tonight, the change that we're able to make with your help. Well, everybody, it's time to sign off. And so I just want to say thank you to our board, our awesome staff, and our amazing volunteer celebrity waiters for their participation in this. And I also want to say thank you to you, our community of supporters. You are awesome. And so we appreciate your support, your prayers, your belief in survivors, and your belief in the mission of Bethany House. And if you're not able to give today like you normally would because of the boat of uncertainty that we're all in, it's a very challenging time for a lot of people emotionally and financially, and name it. It's a really challenging time. So if you're not able to give today like you normally would, it's really okay. Please know that you support us, and we trust that in months to come things will get better, and we will still be here working together to end domestic violence in our community and to give survivors the space and time that they need to heal. So thank you for what you're able to do. We really appreciate it. It makes a huge difference. Good night.